Good afternoon, good evening, from wherever you're watching me from. This is Sam Ongoro. Kindly subscribe, share, and like my YouTube channel. My YouTube name is Sam Ongoro, as always. Now, there is somebody who told me that afadhali urarukiwe nguo kuliko kurarukiwa akili. And another guy told me that a mind is a terrible thing to waste. There's a guy who told me a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Na mwingine akasema akili ni mali. Mwingine akasema akili ni nywele, kila mtu akona sake. That is something that has been there on the limelight for so many years. I was born founded, and it's always been there. Akili ni nywele, kila mtu akona sake. Akili ni mali. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, and indeed it is. But according to the good book, it says, afadhali upoteze macho ama macho upoteze kabisa, lakini usipoteze roho yako. What shall it benefit a man to gain the entire world and lose everything? Now, akili ni nywele. Let me just focus on akili ni mali. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Indeed, it is. Now listen to this story. A Maasai man walks to the bank in Nairobi and asks for the loan officer. Aliingia kwa banki akasema anataka kuona a loan officer. He tells the loan officer comes, then the Maasai man continues talking to the loan officer. He tells the loan officer that he is going to Dubai on a business mission or a trip for 4 weeks. So he needs to borrow 5,000 Kenyan shillings. Aliambia the loan officer anataka kwenda Dubai for a business trip for 4 weeks na angependa kuomba loan ya 5,000. Alikuwa anataka tu 5,000. Akuya kwenda Dubai kukaa huko for how many days? 4 weeks. The bank officer tells him, the loan officer, then after listening to the man, now the loan officer tells the Maasai man, listen to this, the bank officer tells him that a bank will need some form of security for the loan. Wakasema, we need something as a surety, as a security for the 5,000 loan that you are asking for. The Maasai man then hands over the keys to a loan officer. Guess what? A car key for a planned new Mercedes S-Class 500. It was parked on the street in front of the bank. He hands over the key of a new Mercedes-Benz S-Class 500, parked on the street in front of the bank. Produces the logbook too, and hands it over to the loan officer. He even gave the loan officer, the Maasai man came prepared. He even handed the guy with the logbook of the car. He gave him the key and the logbook at the same time. Everything checks out. When the loan officer looks and does their own little thing, everything checked out perfectly. He was the car owner, and they have the logbook, and they have the keys to the Mercedes-Benz. The loan officer agrees to accept the car as collateral for the loan of 5,000. Now the loan officer accepts. After everything checks out well, the loan officer accepts the car as collateral for the loan. Remember, the loan is how much? 5,000 Kenyan shillings. The bank's president and its officers all enjoy a good laugh at the Maasai for using a Kenyan shillings 15 million Mercedes-Benz as a collateral against 5,000 loan. Everything checked out. The guy left. He took a Uber, a taxi to the airport. Now the bank's president or manager and other senior employees, when they heard the story, they laughed at the Maasai man took him for a fool for using a 5,000 loan against a 15 million Mercedes-Benz. So they thought that this guy must be foolish. Why should he take a loan for 5,000 against a 15 million Mercedes-Benz? They laughed about it. They took him for a fool. So the guy left. You know how employees were just laughing, making fun of the Maasai man. An employee of the bank then drives the Mercedes-Benz into the bank's underground garage and parks it there. 4 weeks later, the Maasai man returns, repays a loan for 5,000 that he borrowed, and guess what? The interest was 150, not 1,000, 150 Kenya shillings. 150.41. So hata equal, let's say roughly estimate is 151 Kenyan shillings. That was the interest for the loan he took. Remember, he took a loan for 5,000. So the interest that the guy paid was 150.41. So the guy paid 5,150.41 Kenya shillings. He paid the interest, he repaid the loan. Now, the loan officer looks at this man and says, and he paid in cash, and says, sir, we are happy. We are very happy indeed. You are a very good client. We are very happy to have had your business. And this transaction has worked out very nicely. The transaction has worked out smoothly and very nicely. Nothing, no complications, no potholes, nothing. We thank you. We sincerely thank you for your business. You are such a wonderful customer. Then, but the loan officer goes, but, he says, tells the master, but, everything checked out okay, and this is a perfect transaction. But we are a little puzzled. Even the loan officer and the management of the bank, they are a little puzzled. While excuse me, while you were away, we checked you out. We tried to find out who you are. While you were away, we tried to figure out who are you. And found out that you are a married millionaire. We did a little research. We did our little investigations while you were away, only to realize that you are a married millionaire. What puzzles us as the bank is, why would you bother to borrow 5,000 Kenya shillings? The Maasai man then replied. Listen where now akili, knowledge, comes into play. He says, we were just wondering, excuse me, you are a married millionaire. Why would you seek a loan for 5,000 from our bank? And yet, you are a multi-millionaire. That thing up to now we have not understood, unless you try to shed some light so that we can understand you as our valued customer. The Maasai man put his skills into play. He was a wise man. Wisdom, my friend. Then the Maasai guy replies, where else in Nairobi can I park my car for 4 weeks for only 150 shillings, 0.41, and expect it to be safe and expect it to be in good condition as I parked it when I return? So the Maasai man used his wisdom. The guy didn't want the 5,000. The guy was looking for a place in Nairobi where you can park your car for 4 weeks. And you are assured that the car is safe when you return back. after 4 weeks. Where in Nairobi? If you know such a place, let me know. My friends, wacha niwaambie, akili ni mali. Wisdom, my friend. Apply wisdom. Sometimes people work so hard, yet you are not supposed to work hard. You're supposed to work easy. This guy used his wisdom of the highest order. Imagine parking in Nairobi, a safe place where you are assured if anything happens to your car, you will be paid instantly, 100%. Imagine the guy handed over the key and everything and the logbook to the car, left for Dubai. If that is not wisdom, hiyo kama sio akili, then I don't know what akili is. The guy said, where in Nairobi can you park your car for 4 weeks? And when you return back, you will be assured of its safety. Where in Nairobi? For only 150 Kenya shillings. Let's say 151 shillings for 4 weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, akili mtu wangu. Wacha tutumie akili. Now the bank manager and all the employees were laughing to the Maasai guy, thinking that he is so foolish. How can he come here for 5,000 and yet the car he's driving, the guy is putting as a collateral, is 15 million worth? How stupid, how foolish can a man be? But ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a quick question here. Where in Nairobi will you park your car for 4 weeks for only 150 Kenya shillings? How much do you pay per day parking, and you are not assured of the security of your car? You see some notes written all over saying park at your own risk. But this guy, he presented everything to the bank. He was very sure that no matter how long he goes, he will not lose sleep over the safety of his car. He was not afraid of his car broken into. The guy was assured 100% the car was not his problem, but the bank's problem for 4 weeks. Now here, let me ask you a question, my brothers and sisters. Who is wise here? The bankers, or the bank employees, or the Maasai? Who won at the end of the day? It's a question. I will just throw it at you. If you happen to listen to this video, kindly leave me a message. Leave me a comment. Let's share. Let's help one another. Akili ni mali. Akili ni nywele, kila mtu ako na sake. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Afadhali urarukiwe nguo, lakini usirarukiwe nini? Akili. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. And my YouTube name, as always, it is Sam.